So today for lunch, I'm making a surf and turf burger. I'm using some ground chuck, and for the fish, I'm using some redfish. So first thing we'll do is, this is a half a pound of ground chuck that I ground myself off of a chuck roast. And we'll go ahead and season it with some salt, cayenne, garlic powder, smoked paprika, and sour cream. So I got the seasoning mix pre-measured. And I had this burger before, and the seasoning is very good on it. So that's my dry seasonings. And here's my sour cream. Go ahead and get that. I'm going to get that mixed up really well. Try not to overwork it too much. The more you work ground meat, the tougher it'll get. So the trick of it is to not overwork the meat. And I basically just use the fork and the spoon just to kind of get it just where it's incorporated. So that's done. Now we'll take a baking dish, and I'm gonna use a little bit of light tasting olive oil. And the meat's gonna make a lot of oil, so I'm gonna just go ahead and coat the bottom of the pan with the oil. So that's done. Now we'll go ahead and make the patty. And like I said, the trick to the patty is you don't want to work the meat too much. So basically just get it to where it kind of forms, you know, about like that. And at that point the patty's pretty much made. I didn't mess with it too much. Now we'll just go ahead and take the patty like such, and just, you know, work it just to where it forms the patty. Like I said, the trick of this is to not mash the meat too much. That way it stays nice and tender. So that's done. And I'm gonna cook this in the oven, actually in my broiler, and just kind of set it in, uncover it, cook it on low. We're gonna cook it for 10 minutes. Now this is basically 8 ounces of redfish. To me, that should make the perfect burger. Caught this back in January, and first thing I like doing is to cut out this line of the bloodline, I call it. So just, you know, kind of trim it out the best way you can, or leave it if you like the meat to taste kind of fishy, which I don't. So I always remove that when I cook some fish. Bass, not so much, but catfish, redfish, they always got a little bloodline in it. So I always try to remove that. So let me get that done. Go ahead and cut my fish. You know, about bun width pieces. We're going to season it with a little bit of some Slap Your Mama seasoning. So just kind of season it to taste. Put a little bit of yellow mustard on top of it. Enough to coat it really well. And for the batter, I'm using basically half a 1-to-1 cornmeal to all-purpose flour, and I use 1/4 of a cup of each. So, and I'm gonna season that as well with a little bit of the Cajun seasoning, maybe a half a teaspoon, and that's pretty much it. So let me get the flour mixed up, then we'll get the fish ready to fry. So we've been about 10 minutes now on the first side, and that's how we look. Starting to get a nice little brown to it. I'm gonna go ahead and strain most of the grease out. I'll leave about maybe a half of a tablespoon, and then we'll flip it and we'll do the other side for about 10 minutes. And like I said, pretty simple. I just get a little spatula and kind of just flip it. Got most of the grease out, and we'll just do this side for about 10 minutes. And just get you a little bag. I'll use a little quart bag here. Throw all your fish in it. And basically just shake it up until it's nice and coated. And good idea to put a little test piece in there first, just to make sure your grease is nice and hot. And we are. So I'm gonna go ahead and just layer all my fish in. And after about 2 minutes, go ahead and give them a little turn. And I'm gonna just do about 2 minutes per side. That should give a nice crispy crust on them. Don't take long for fish. Alright, that was 2 minutes per on that side. And they're nice and crispy now. Go ahead and take those out, and we'll just let them drain in my little colander back here. Try to put them like on the edge. It helps them drain pretty good. Or just put them on a bed of paper towels. Okay, so I did about 12 minutes in the broiler on the other side, and it's a little bit past 160 right now. It's climbing very slow, so you know, between 10 and 12 minutes, I think. Total is about 20 to 22 minutes, I'm guessing. So, burger's done. Let's get ready to make the sandwich. And while you're making your sandwich, you go ahead and put a little piece of cheese on top of your burger there, and that should melt it a little bit as you're making the burger. My broiler's still pretty hot, so I'm gonna just kind of slide it in, let it sit, and that should melt the cheese perfectly. And go ahead and put a little mayonnaise on both sides of your bread there. Here's our burger. Go ahead and place that on the bottom patty. Oh boy. Here's our redfish. I may not use it all. We'll see. Place that on top. I believe I can get maybe 3 pieces on there. There you go, 3 pieces on top. Still got 3 pieces left. So this is some sauce I made with some mayo, mustard, a little bit of relish, and some Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to add that to the top of the fish there. Use 1 tablespoon of mayo, 1 tablespoon of ketchup, half a teaspoon of relish, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. You know, just a simple little sauce. That's pretty much it. Surf and turf. Everything's assembled. Go ahead and mash it down. Let's give it a little taste. Ooh boy, look at that. See if I can get a bite of everything in one shot here. Ooh, that's good. Very good. I rather enjoy that. That's pretty good. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Thanks.